This here is a 2018 Subaru Forester, and today we'll be changing out the PCV valve. This also applies to the 2014 through the 2018 Forester. This here is also a 2.5 Premium Edition, which is a non-turbo. Over here are the tools as well as the parts that you'll need to change out your PCV valve. First up is the main part, which is right over here. It's going to be part number 11810AA131, and this is the PCV valve, brand new. If you give it a shake, you hear a little click there, and that's what you need to hear when you hear a good PCV valve. If you don't hear one, then it's bad, but we'll be checking that today. And then in terms of tools that you're going to need, first thing you're going to need is to loosen the air intake tube. You're going to need a flathead for that. I have an electric one there. And then you're going to have to loosen the PCV valve. That's going to be a 19mm deep socket. I have two here. We'll test which one is better for us. And then you're going to need to torque it down to spec at the given torque spec. I'll go ahead and show you guys what that is later, but this is my torque spec that I have. It's a digital torque spec from AC Delco. And then before you install the new PCV valve, you're going to actually put some silicone grease around the gasket here before you screw it in. And you're going to make sure you can use any silicone gasket you want. I have some Honda Bound, which is made for Hondas, but it's still high temp silicone gasket for the engine. So you can use any one you want. Even Permatex has some at the local hardware store. But these are the parts you'll need, and the main part you'll need is that PCV valve there. So here's the engine for the Subaru Forester, and the PCV valve is actually located right underneath this air intake manifold. Actually, in between it, if you follow this hose here and you go all the way down, there's going to be a PCV valve there. It's a really tight space, so you're going to have to actually remove a few things to get better access. Mainly it's going to be this tube here. That's why you need the flathead. Let me go ahead and show you guys where the PCV valve is located. Alright, so now if you follow that tube down, you might be able to see where it ends up. Really hard to see, I would say, but it pretty much curves all the way down, and there's going to be a PCV valve at the end of it. So if I zoom in, that right there is your PCV valve. Now you could try to actually squeeze like an extension and maybe a swivel, but it's going to be really hard taking it out, especially pulling out that hose there. So that's why we're going to actually take a few parts off so we get a little bit more room. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is actually loosen these hose clamps here. You got one right near the airbox itself, and then you have another one. If you follow the tube down, you're going to have one next to the throttle body. So let's go ahead and loosen those two clamps, and then we'll jump to the next part. So I'm just going to loosen the first clamp here. Now it's loose. I'm also going to try to disconnect the box a little bit. There you go. So I'm going to loosen the second hose clamp. And then we're going to just give it a wiggle and see what happens. So that tube is removed. The only thing that's left, if you notice, there's going to be a plastic clip on this corner here. So let's get a flat head there and just pop it out. I'm just going to give it a little wiggle and see if I can pull that plastic clip out. And I have. Simple as that. Sometimes they break. If they do, you can just get another one. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, but depending on where you want it. And now the air intake box is pretty much removed. I have a little strut bar in the way. However, I can push it back or I can move it out. There's a little hose on the bottom connecting it, so let me go ahead and show you guys that too. Alright, so I'm on the other side of the car, and you might be able to see the little hose clamp on the bottom of that air tube. So I'm going to take some needle nose. Alright, I brought the clamp above the hose, so now I can actually give the actual hose a little wiggle with the pliers, and I'm just going to try to back it out. Alright, the hose is removed, and let's go ahead and jump back out. Alright, once we have the hose removed, we just can pull out the entire air tube now. I'm just sliding it around because I have the strut bar in the way here, and there you have it, the whole thing removed. This gives us a lot of room to remove the PCV valve now. With the tube gone, you can actually zoom in and you can see the PCV valve hose as well as the valve itself, much more visible. It's not being blocked by anything. This gives us a little bit more room to actually move around. We're going to start by loosening the hose. All right, took a little bit of while, but you just pull up from the hose and it'll come loose. So what we're gonna do is take this 19 millimeter deep socket. What I've done is I've connected with a swivel. It's a 1/2 inch swivel. Looks like this. And then I have a 10-inch extension. Loosen it by inserting it in. Place it right on top, as you can see. And now I have a breaker bar. I'm just gonna loosen it. So once that's loose, a ratchet and take out the rest. And then as I'm loosening it, I'm gonna check it. Stick my hand in there, just make sure we don't lose the PCV valve. And there it is. So as you can see, I've already taken out the PCV valve. If you zoom in, you can see right over there is the entry point of where the PCV valve was removed with the threads. And if we zoom back out, just wanted to show you guys the old PCV valve. Lots of oil around the threads on the bottom here. And when I give it a shake, without putting my hand on it, just shaking it by holding the base, you can barely hear anything. And when you compare it to the new one, this is a brand new one right here. Lots of noise, just a little bit there. So looks like it's getting clogged. You can kind of hear the clog within it. There's no point in cleaning it. We're just going to replace it with this new one here. And that's just wanted to compare what an old one and a new one looks like and what it sounds like. There's other checks you can do. You can blow air from this point here and it'll come out, and if you blow air the other direction, nothing should come through. But the easier way to check is just shake it. So as far as comparing the old and the new, as you saw earlier, this is the old one. Quite a bit of oil, and I could see a little bit of liquid inside of the valve. It does sound clogged. While not completely silent, it's pretty quiet. Versus the new one, part number there. And this is about, I'd say about 48,000 miles on this car. I think Subaru recommends checking it every 30,000 miles and then replacing it as such. But I actually wonder if this was ever replaced, even though I had maintenance and brought it to Subaru up until 42,000 miles. Doesn't look like this was replaced at 30, or it just failed pretty early. But we have a new one here. I feel a lot better about replacing it myself, and we'll go ahead and do that now. All right, we're just gonna take a little bit of that new gasket and spread it across the PCV valve on the threads. And this is time sensitive. You want to get this in within a few minutes of putting the sealant. I'm just gonna evenly spread it around. And now we're ready to install the PCV valve. So I'm going to reinstall the PCV valve. What I have here is a magnetic 19 millimeter. Just makes it easier to put on, especially in this orientation. It's really hard to manipulate and reinstall the PCV valve by hand. So this is just going to make it a little bit easier for me. I'm going to bring the PCV valve back and I'm just going to guide it in. This gives me a little bit more space to work. All right, and the torque spec is going to be at 17 foot-pounds. I'm going to let that set in. And that's at 17 foot-pounds. And at this point, we just need to push the hose back into place. And we push it down, it snaps back in place, pretty easy. And all we need to do is add the air box. So once the intake tube is back on, you're pretty much good to go. And the PCV valve should be good to go for another 30,000 miles. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and have a good one.